Okay, hey everybody, hope you all are doing okay out there. Welcome to another Live from Home. I'm coming to you this evening from Quebec City up in Canada. I'm grateful to be up here visiting my fiancée. She's from here. And as I'm sure many of you know, my last album, Borders, was written about us being engaged but being separated by the US-Canada border, because I live down in Nashville usually. But it's great to be coming to you from Quebec. Right now it was a beautiful day here, and I have the comments in front of me. Nice to see you all chiming in from all over the place, a lot of regular listeners. Thank you all for being with us. I'm going to play a variety of material this evening. I'm just on acoustic only this stream, although next week I'll be on electric only, so that's kind of the way I do it when I'm in a different setting like this. Jacqueline says, so glad you got to see each other all. Yes, we're very, very happy to be together again. So, I'm going to play a song I wrote about said fiancée, Genevieve. This is called Genevieve. Someone says, that place looks way too put together for a guy's apartment. Yep, no doubt about it. My place is a bit more Spartan. If you have requests, let me know. Down by the river that you lie, before we had to say goodbye, I fell for you before I knew your name. The words fell from your lips, the feeling of your soft fingertips on my skin. I've never been the same. All that I need to learn, that I need to see is in your eyes. All that I plead and yearn for this world to give me realize. In this love I believe, Genevieve. Je t'aime, tu es ma joie de vivre. From all that I run, you are my reprieve. Right from the start, this restless heart you tame. All that I need to learn, that I need to see is in your eyes. All that I plead and yearn for this world to give me realize. In this love I believe, Genevieve. Every day I know it more and more. You're the one I've been searching for, and I don't even know who I was before you. All that I need to learn, that I need to see is in your eyes. All that I plead and yearn for this world to give me realize. In this love I believe, more than I can conceive, morning, noon, and eve. Genevieve. Okay, I'm seeing some good requests come in. I see a few requests for Streets of London, so I will indeed play that. But usually, you know, when I'm playing a show, I usually kind of play an instrumental, then I sing a song, and so I'm gonna kind of roughly keep to that routine this evening. I'm gonna play a song that I posted this week. It's a new original composition of mine. At least it's new to you all. I wrote it a few years ago when I was over in Fiji. I went to Fiji with my family, and it was really awesome. Beautiful, beautiful place. And we went out on a boat one day. It was really, really cool to see this cool island. My parents have some friends that live over there. And they brought over this really cheap nylon string guitar. I think some of the tuning pads didn't even work. Like, it was really, you know, the guitar had seen better days. And so I was out there on the boat trying to play this guitar that wouldn't stay in tune. And I wrote this song. And I finally got around to kind of finishing it. So I'm going to play it for you now. This is Fiji. Hope you enjoy it. There we go. Thanks very much, everybody. You know, I thought about kind of not playing brand new songs on live streams because, you know, when I test them out on the road, usually there's only, you know, one city's worth of people in the audience, and people don't usually film it. But these days, it's like anyone can tune into these streams. And I really need to play new songs for an audience to get a feel for what they need and figure out how to, you know, play them properly so that when I go into the studio, I can record a version that I think will, you know, be a good arrangement that I'll want to play, you know, years from the date I record it. So thanks for letting me test out some new material. Okay, so I said I'd play Streets of London next. And before I do, I'd like to just let you all know that the show this evening is brought to you by the virtual tip jar. As you know, we have a virtual tip jar set up. It is joerobinson.com/tip jar. It'll be linked in the description and in the chat. So if you enjoy the show and want to leave a tip, it's very much appreciated. You can tip as little or as much as you want. So thanks in advance to anyone who decides to do that. Have you seen the old man in the clothes down market, kicking up the paper with his worn out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, and there loosely by his side, yesterday's paper telling yesterday's news. So how can you tell me that you're lonely and say for you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Have you seen the old girl who walks the streets of London? Dirt in her hair and her clothes in her rags. She's no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home in 2 carrier bags. So how can you tell me that you're lonely and say for you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. In the all-night cafe at 11:15, the same old man is sitting there on his own, looking at the world over the rim of his teacup. Each tea lasts an hour as he wanders home alone. So how can you tell me that you're lonesome and say for you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Okay, I have a question here. Hey Joe, is there anything you do to practice getting a clear tone from your fingertips like you would with a pick? I have issues getting the melody to ring out sometimes. Well, that's a really good question. And one of the things I like to do is when I'm working on a new song, I will play it as loud and then as quiet as I can. And what this does is gets the right hand trained to be able to play at different dynamic levels. And what you want from the left hand is for the left hand to play with a perfect relaxed technique using the minimum amount of pressure needed to fret the notes clearly. So if I was to play like Windy and Warm and I was to play it loud, it would sound like this. And then I might play it as softly as I can, like this. And so you want all the notes to be clean and clear, because the tendency is when you play softer, your left hand's going to want to, not fret the notes as clearly. So you want to get the left hand to just be able to play no matter what the right hand's doing dynamically, just with the minimum amount of pressure. So that would be a good tip for getting notes to ring clearly, because you want to be able to really dig in or just really hold back. And I think really working on your dynamics like that helps with that a lot. So thanks for the question. I'm going to play another new song. I think I have a title for this one. I think it's going to be called The Rush. So let's see if I can pull it off. I gotta get the ending right. Anyway, that's The Rush. In progress. I'm gonna play another original song. This song's called The Prize. Hope you all enjoy it. 1, 2, 3. Jacob asks, let me just answer this question. Jacob asks, can you tell the action of that particular guitar and the strings you use right now? Do you prefer coated strings or not? That's a great question. So this guitar, the action is pretty much as low as I can get it without it buzzing too much. So all the notes are pretty clean and clear. They don't buzz, like fret out, that is. And this is my JR signature guitar. So I've had this guitar about a year. It's made on the Maton production line, and it's available for anyone to buy. Although they are a little difficult to track down because they keep selling out wherever they go. So keep an eye out for this instrument if you see one in your local store. And if anyone out there wants to know where Maton dealers are, you just go to the Maton Guitars website, M-A-T-O-N, and you can look at their dealer list and contact your local dealer and see if you can order a guitar if you're interested. And the strings I use are Ernie Ball. This has earthwood strings, which are not coated, and the gauge is 12 to 54, although I replaced the high E with a 14. So it's 14 to 54. And I do use coated strings. I use the Paradigm strings sometimes, which they don't even sound like coated strings. But if I have a guitar that's maybe, one that I don't play all the time, and I want to just have it, restring it every couple of months, like it's a studio guitar or in a different tuning or something, I'll definitely use coated strings on that. But on my main recording guitars, I usually use non-coated strings because I feel like for recording, they really intonate beautifully and have just, great response. Anyway, I could go on about strings a lot. Here's the prize. 1, 2, 3. I had a one-way conversation with me, myself, and I about the way we've been living. Can't imagine why. To get to where we're going, it's a cloudy compromise. You're mistaken if you think I'm taking my eyes off the prize. Or maybe I've been distracted, quite possibly you're right. This big old bright and shining world has kept me up at night. We all know that price tag shouldn't come as no surprise. You're mistaken if you think I'm taking my eyes off the prize. Some days I live with no regrets. Some days I just as soon forget. Some days a diamond, some a stone. Some things I just as soon leave alone. So where does all this leave me? I can't really say I know. I got more questions than answers, quite a ways to go. I can't let that deter me. This I realize. You're mistaken if you think I'm taking my eyes off the prize. Some days I live with no regrets. Some days I just as soon forget. Some days a diamond, some a stone. Some things I just as soon leave alone. I had a one-way conversation with me, myself, and I about the way we've been living. Can't imagine why. To get to where we're going, it's a cloudy compromise. You're mistaken if you think I'm taking my eyes off the prize. My eyes off the prize. My eyes off the prize. There we go. Okay, I saw a request to play Waltzing Matilda, and I also see a request to play Affirmation, my arrangement of the Jose Feliciano tune that George Benson recorded. And, I see some good questions here, so I might as well answer them. Tim says, what made you take the Music Man James Valentine guitar with you, as opposed to, so many comments, the Gretsch or George Benson guitar? Well, I find that when traveling, sometimes a solid body guitar, I just don't feel as careful with it, and I don't want to take a beautiful archtop guitar out on the porch to play, in the sunshine. But a solid body guitar, I feel like it's just a slab of wood with a neck on it, so it's just a little more. That particular guitar is incredibly versatile, and it sounds great. The neck plays perfectly, so it's really a great instrument. And that's pretty much the reason why. Is I feel like a lot of those archtop guitars that I love to play, I don't love to travel with them so much, just because I don't know, psychologically they're not as bulletproof as a solid body. So there you go. Okay, here's the little Waltzing Matilda going into Affirmation. Get some reverb going here. 2, 3. Thanks very much, everybody. Thanks for the lovely comments. I want to remind you that this show is brought to you by the virtual tip jar, the virtual swiper, you might call it. If you're enjoying the show and would like to leave a tip, it's very much appreciated. The link is in the description or in the chat. It's just joerobinson.com/tipjar, TIPJAR. And any small amount is appreciated. And thank you so much to anybody who has tipped in previous weeks. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, what to play now? I saw a request for Let the Guitar Do the Talkin, so that seems like a good idea. 1, 2, 3. I saw her from across the room, and I could not look away. But I knew that all too soon I'd get on the stage and play. She was paying me no mind, just laughing with her friends. I knew I had to make my move, I might never give again. So I let the guitar do the talking, 'cause it knew just what to say. With a smooth melody and the bass walking, she started walking my way. I drew her close to me with the harmony. She began to dance. I let the guitar do the talking. I knew it was my only chance. She was standing by the bandstand when I played my last song. She said, if you can show me how, I'd love to play along. There's a beautiful maiden at my place, she said, vintage 1952. I got a feeling we could make some music if you could help me to get it in tune. So I let the guitar do the talking, 'cause it knew just what to say. With a smooth melody and the bass walking, things started going my way. I drew her close to me with the harmony, and our hands fell right into place. I let the guitar do the talking. She loved everything that it had to say. I let the guitar do the talking, and it said sweet goodbye. I wish that I could stay and play, but I'm leaving town tonight. Another show on down the road, and it all begins again. I let the guitar do the talking. Another town, another friend. I saw her from across the room, and I could not look away. But I knew that all too soon I'd get on the stage and play. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm reading the comments, which is a dangerous thing to do when I have a song like that that has a lot of words. I risk losing my place. But I'm going to play a request that I saw come through, Bergeson Fries. So here we go. I see so many good requests. Yeah, well, here's Bergeson Fries, and then for Oscar, I'll play San Francisco Bay Blues. It's his favorite song. It's one of my favorite songs, too. For anyone that's wondering where the title of that song comes from, my friend Pat Bergeson is an incredible guitar player. He's one of my favorite musicians in the world. He's also an unbelievable harmonica player. He used to play guitar for Chet Atkins, and he's worked with a lot of great people. And he gave me the idea to play that Chet Atkins kind of thumb groove, Travis Pickens style, with a shuffle feel, which gives it a whole different attitude. And I recorded the song with Tommy Emmanuel on my studio recording. Tommy played a really cool solo on it. And I said, I don't know what to call it. And he said, it's Pat Bergeson gave you the idea. What about Bergeson Fries? So that's where the title came from. Okay, this is for Oscar. This is San Francisco Bay Blues. Marcus says, hey, Joe, saw you 2010 in Vienna. Still have the ticket. Thanks for keeping me inspired. That's amazing, Marcus. I can't believe that was 11 years ago now. That would have been at, I think, a place called Reigen Live. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Reigen. That was a great venue. I really enjoyed playing there. I love Austria. Bruce says, do you put beetroot on your burgers? I love beetroot on my burgers. That's a very Australian thing. Okay. San Francisco Bay Blues. After I double check my tuning. Got the blues when my baby left me by the San Francisco Bay. An ocean liner, she gone so far away. I didn't mean to treat her so bad. She was the best girl I ever had. Said goodbye like to make me cry. I wanna lay down and die. I haven't got a nickel and I ain't got a lousy dime. She don't come back, think I'm gonna lose my mind. But if she ever come back to stay, it's gonna be another brand new day. Walking with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay. Sitting there looking through my back door, wondering which way to go. The woman I'm so crazy about, she don't want me no more. I think I'm gonna take a freight train, 'cause I'm feeling blue. All the way to the end of the line, thinking only of you. Live a while in another city, just about to go insane. Woman I'm so crazy about, she don't call my name. But if she ever come back to stay, it's gonna be another brand new day. Walking with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay. Walking with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay. Bruce says, thank you, Jesse Fuller, for writing this song. Absolutely, Jesse Fuller was such a brilliant musician. He was a one-man band. There's a great video of him playing that song, and he, of course, wrote the piece of music, which is a great tune. And Ramblin' Jack Elliott also has a great version of the song. You can watch Ramblin' Jack play on YouTube. And I had the pleasure of meeting Ramblin' Jack a few times out in California, playing out there with Rodney Crowell. He would come see us play, and he said to me, he said, Joe, he said, I ain't ever heard anybody play the guitar like you. So that was a big compliment, considering he's been around. Yeah, they say he taught Bob Dylan how to play. Well, he mentored Bob, at least. Anyway. Evan says, could you play Byron's Bounce for us, please? I love that song. Thank you, Evan. I will play it. That's a great idea. Here's a little Byron's Bounce. And just one question to address. Jacob says, can you tell us a little bit about your practice routine and how many times a day you play those songs to not forget any of them? How is that possible that you remember all of them? That's a very good question. So playing the guitar involves so much muscle memory. And anyone that knows me and that has spent time around me when I practice will know that it's very repetitive. So I have a lot of patience, and I'll sit there and play the same song again and again and again with my favorite practicing tool, which is this, the metronome. And so I'll set the metronome. Usually I set it really slow, like this. And I might play, anyway, I'm not going to demonstrate the metronome, you don't want to hear that. But I'll play it over and over and over and over again. And then once I've performed a song a few times, it's pretty much written in my muscle memory. And so I can play a song that I haven't played in 5 years and kind of get through it. I might need to polish it up a little bit. But if you want to know my exact practice routine that I do every day, join my Guitar Synergy channel, because I upload a video every day where I tell people what I practiced. And I don't put it out there for the public. It's just members of my channel, because it's like, it's just a bit of a personal thing, and it's not everybody's going to be interested. But for guitar players who are interested, I post it there. I also post it on my Patreon page. Anyway, does the metronome ever put you off? Says Sujata. Annoying clickiness. Yeah, it's difficult to play with the metronome, but timing is one of the most important things to master as a solo musician. So I really try to practice with it, and I have a few different types. This one is a chord one. It sounds like this, and this one just bothers me because it's not quite loud enough. This one has a nice talk to it, and it's really loud. So that's my favorite. It's a Seiko one. These are all just cheap metronomes. Anyway, okay, here we go. Byron's Bounce. Thank you very much, everybody. I saw a few questions about my Guitar Synergy channel. I do have a section on there about cascading harmonics. That's in the technique section. There's all these different folders with different songs, arrangements, and exercises and things. And I see a few people saying that they've been working on my Udemy course. That's a course I'm really proud of. It's a beginner fingerstyle course for anyone that's new to fingerstyle guitar or finger picking. And I'm very excited. We have a addition to the course coming very soon, an intermediate version. And I think it's going to be a nice collection of ideas and songs for folks. Some funny comments on there. Okay, here's a little bit of Layla, because I've seen quite a few requests for it. What will you do when you get lonely and no one's waiting by your side? You've been running and hiding much too long. You know it's just your foolish pride. Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? I try to give you consolation, but your old man will let you down. Like a fool, I fell in love with you. You turned my whole world upside down. Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Make the best of the situation before I finally go insane. Please don't say you'll never find a way. Tell me all my love's in vain. Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? I see some funny comments on there. Someone's hating on me. And one of my favorite quotes that I always remember is from Nassim Taleb. He says, "I've never met a rich nitpicker." So whenever I see someone writing some stupid petty thing, honestly, I'm filled with pity, because it's pretty much them admitting that they've never done anything significant. Anyway, Chris says, "What's your setup for tonight? Just the one mic?" I have this mic, and I also have a guitar mic down here that you can't see. I'll see if I can angle it up. Yeah, it's down there. And so it's just pointing at the kind of into the cutaway. Well, I'd like to remind you all I have a virtual tip jar. It is joerobinson.com/tipjar, TIPJAR. And anyone who enjoys the show and wants to throw in a little contribution to the tip jar, that is very much appreciated. Thank you all so much for listening, and thanks to anyone who has already tipped. Really appreciate you enjoying the music. So, what should I close out with? See a request for Flaming Arches, but I haven't played that in so long. I'm going to play a little James Taylor song. This is a song I was messing with today. I've always loved this song. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? And can't you just feel the moonshine? And ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Oh, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. And Karen, she's a silver sun. You best walk her away and watch it shining. Watch her, watch the morning come. A silver tear appearing now. Oh, I'm crying, ain't I? I'm going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? And ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Oh, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. There ain't no doubt in no one's mind, love's the finest thing around. I whispered something soft and kind. And hey, babe, the sky's on fire, I'm dying, ain't I? I'm going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? And can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Oh, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. With a holy host of others standing around me, and still I'm on the dark side of the moon. And it seems like it goes on like this forever. You must forgive me when I'm going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Oh, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. I'm going to Carolina in my mind. I'm going and I'm going in my mind, southbound. Say nice things about me when I'm gone. You know, it's so funny. We have a bias as humans towards any negativity. You know, I can see thousands of beautiful, positive comments, but then someone will say some snarky, stupid thing, and you'll be like, you know, you'll keep thinking about that because we're drawn to negative things. And the comment was something like, "You're a great musical technician, but that's it." And you know, I got a compliment one time from a songwriter named Mike Reed. Now, Mike wrote a song called I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt. Well, recorded by Bonnie Raitt. Big hit for her. He wrote it with Alan Shamblin, and Alan is a friend of mine, and Mike Reed and Alan Shamblin are both spectacular songwriters and wonderful people. And Mike gave me this great compliment. He said, Joe, when I hear you play, I feel like I know you through the notes you play. And I thought that was a really cool comment. He said there's not many people that I have that feeling with. He said Derek Trucks is one of them, and Derek is one of my favorite players. Had the pleasure of meeting him one time at the Eric Clapton Crossroads Guitar Festival. And anyway, I just want to say have a great rest of your weekend out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we'll see you all again very soon. I'm going to enjoy my time up here in Quebec City. The weather is just so gorgeous. And there's a little balcony out there where I can go out there and play the guitar. Of course, we're quarantined for 2 weeks. That's the, travel requirements. I drove up here from Nashville. Thomas says, Mike Reed is from my hometown, Altoona, Pennsylvania. That's very cool. He's a great guy. He was a football player, I believe. Beautiful piano player, and singer and songwriter. So anyway, have a great rest of your weekend, anybody. And thanks very much again for anyone who contributed to the tip jar. joerobinson.com/tip jar is the link to that. Take care, everybody, and thanks again. Bye-bye.